Welcome to FOH this week, Kenny.
Hi. Well, I've been castigated. Yeah, I've been told the wrong cigar. I've been castigated for the way I sit. Honestly,
late change, Kenny. You got to be flexible. You got to be flexible.
Bolivar
Belicosos Finos. What is it? SOR SEP 20. This cigar is one of my go-tos. You guys know it. I love this cigar. It's the backbone. This is the Mag 46, Partagas 898, Bolivar Petit Corona, PLPCs, backbone of my smoking life. I love them all.
Can I ask why the late change at scrimmage?
Because I've just had a decent Zoom meeting with Hamlet, and can I tell you that a few drinks later, I need a stronger cigar than what we had previously arranged. Yeah.
So this is for your convenience. Why?
I like to structure my life along that premise. It's for my
and of course, I'm happy to have mine structured around that as well.
So I'm not sure it makes any real difference to you whether you have one free cigar or the other free cigar. Just
you think this is free? Cigar. You think this is
free, baby? It's
apparently
free.
My time is now free.
Well, I'm sure that cigar will end up in some article that's written for some magazine somewhere in the world, which I'll get no credit for.
Excuse me, if you give me a decent one, it might. The very few.
Well, forget the decent cigars, right? Just put this into your mindset. To me, this is one of the great cigars out of Cuba, the Bolivar Belicosos Finos. And there are members on the forum who don't like it at all because, again, you mentioned with this part of our Belicoso series, can you mention it with the Romeo and Julieta Belicoso that it was a bit bitter, a bit woody, had some tannin in there. Probably I didn't mention any of those things correctly, but you didn't quite like it.
The bitterness.
Yeah, you didn't quite like it. And people often associate a lot of those characteristics with the BBF. Me, I'm different. I love this cigar for its little bit of bitterness, a little bit of mongrel. I love it for its Guinness characteristics. Guinness, that's got that stout, a little bit of that charcoal, but it's also got cream and it's got some complexity there. I love it for that reason.
I did pull out a whiskey, but maybe I should go and get a black beer if I've got one in the fridge.
What we're going to do is, first of all, I just check the drawer. We'll make sure your drawer is okay.
Yep, easy.
Spot on. And look, it's actually a very nice example of BBF, isn't it? It's got a beautiful wrapper. It's well constructed. There's no reason this shouldn't smoke exquisitely. So having said all that, before we get to the end of the first third, go get yourself a whiskey because you're about 4 behind me right now.
Oh, it sounds like it too. Actually, I've got one here.
Oh. So hang on a second. You had it there all the time.
I said I should perhaps go and get a black beer because I'd got a whiskey.
Ah, okay. No, that's good. Start in the whiskey. It's a perfect match. Perfect match. Perfect draw. We'll be back with you at the end of the first third. Kenny, first third on the BBF.
It's rich, it's powerful. Cold, it had quite a rotten smell to me, which was bizarre. I'm not getting that at all in the actual cigar now. It's earthy. It's a lot of that you described earlier. A hint of bitterness, but only to the extent that it's not a problem at all. Whereas the R&J was just too bitter for me. It was just horrible. That's perhaps an exaggeration, but this one a tiny bit, but that earthiness, the woodiness. Only thing is I've had a bit of a problem having to relight it several times, and I'm not sure why. It looked like it was, maybe I've been talking too much, but it looked as though it was in good nick, but it has gone out quickly a couple of times. So,
do you get that Guinness note too?
I've avoided
Guinness. I haven't got a lot of cream out of this one, to be honest.
No cream, and to be honest, I don't really see the Guinness. Long time, I don't like Guinness. It does not do good things to me.
Let's not expand on that point.
No, let's not. That was last week's T-shirt. Yeah, it doesn't do a lot for me, Guinness. But no, other than that, I'm quite enjoying this. It's certainly a step up from the R&J.
It's not my favorite BBF, to be honest. Although it looked $1 million and it started okay. It's lacking that creaminess to it, which
I'm not getting creaminess.
I do get. And if it brought that creaminess into it, Ken, between the woodiness, etc., it would just balance it out perfectly. But this one hasn't got it at this point in time.
The other thing I would say is you can see it a bit love it or hate it sort of style, because it is right up there with the rich and powerful. It's a big, full flavoured. There's nothing subtle here. I'm not really
and the BBF's not a subtle cigar.
This is a bulldozer.
Gotta love bulldozers.
Oh yeah, there is time and a place for a bulldozer.
Yeah. Time and a place. Okay. The one wood of cigars. Great stuff. We'll be back with you at the end of the second third.
Yep.
Kenny, second third, is it building for you just a little bit more?
I'm starting to see a bit of cream. I've still got the problem with the relighting, and it just doesn't look like it's. I mean, you normally see in a cigar, you think, oh, that looks like it's. But this one looked perfect, but it has had these relighting problems. But other than that, I'm now starting to see a little bit of that cream.
And the cream really balances out the BBF. It just makes it a different cigar. If you can get cream and that mongrel and that coal and everything else, it's a whole different perspective on the cigar.
Oh God, sorry, mouthful of not cream.
God.
Do
you have a defibrillator at home?
I love Monte Carlo. You walk around and they've got defibrillators everywhere, all up on the walls. Other places have phone boxes. They have defibrillators. I just think that's hysterical.
It's always good to give yourself a hit. But it's just coming along nicely, yeah. The second third has been so much better than the first third. The first third wasn't bad, but now it's becoming more of a BBF for me.
It's getting to where it should be.
Back with you at the end of the last third. Kenny, last third of the BBF.
Yeah, it sort of went back to what it was. It's a bit hot. It's a bit too earthy. You started to see that cream, and then it just decided to disappear. Needs a bit more of that. I don't know whether that'll come in time. Not with this particular one, I don't think, but with good examples, it should.
Absolutely loving it. It's got, for me, it's still got the cream, it's got the mongrel, it's got the stout, it's got everything I love in a BBF. I was disappointed in the first third because I wanted a bit more, but it is right, as in mongrel territory, it's an 8 out of 10. And again, it comes back to what we're looking for in a cigar.
Yeah.
To me, it works. It just works. But you love PLPC, yeah? You love pulling up Ticaronas. You Mag 46s, you don't mind at all, yeah?
Oh, the old days I used to have boxes that I'd age. If you could age them 5 years, they'd be gorgeous cigars. I'm not sure you have to age them quite so much these days, but
no, you don't. And don't get me wrong, just a bit of age in the cigar will mellow it down, no problems at all. I'm sure you see that cream come through long term. But it has got the perfect amount of mongrel and nuance that I love in the cigar. It's
been better than the RJ, but overall not much.
For me, this is I'm going 93, 94. You're probably going 89, 90, yeah, I assume.
89. Yeah. That middle part was 92, but either side's dragged it back. 89.
And this is what I find about BBF. It separates people. Either you love them,
a good one. A good one.
I'm so sure, and some people do hate them. I love them.
I quite like them. I just expect a bit more of it. I don't think mine's been a great example.
I'm in that sweet spot right now that is just magic.
And it keeps needing relighting, bloody thing.
Gorgeous. There we go. Ken and I don't often disagree on reviews, but I'm still going to go 92 on this one here. Ken's 89. Not too far off, but when we talk about our ratings, 85 is a fail. Yeah, 85 points is a fail. And that's not too far from wine ratings, is it, Ken? 85 is a technical fail. 84 is a technical
No,
fail.
85 is a bronze. So it's actually technically it's.
How often do you guys rate wines 85?
When you judge in competition, you probably have to do that more so than at home, I suspect.
I'll explain that statement.
Look, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think probably because you're looking at 100 wines, and so it's a lot easier to move some up, move some down. But for me, if I'd have before we smoked this, I'd have been looking for a 91 to 93. So to me, it's not lived up to what it should.
Done.
If I went and bought a box of these from you, I'd expect the majority to come in 91 to 93.
And to be honest, I don't think I've had less than a 91 BBF in the last year at all. So I think you guys are mostly pretty safe in getting that sort of return. But I've had a great afternoon. Kenny, good luck on Bond Roberts with your box of Cohiba Sublimes 2004, yeah?
Isn't it supposed to be anonymous?
No.
Oh, okay.
Your name's on there.
It is the best box of cigars anyone has ever seen.
There you go, people. Yeah.
It is. I saw that and I just thought,
it is a beautiful box of cigars. I wish you all the best in that auction.
Selected by Hamlet. Selected by Hamlet. So you can't get better than selected by Hamlet. He's never let me down.
Oh, he's a salesman and a half, isn't he? Salesman and a half.
Yeah, but he's got the track record. I've told you the story about I wanted to buy a box of Curros over, and he just went through. Yeah, he looked at about 15, 18 boxes and just said this one. And seriously, they were all just the most glorious cigars you've ever seen. So yeah, no, this is the best box of cigars.
I look forward to the day that you, me, and Hamlet get together in Miami now, and have the lunch of all lunches. The lunch of all lunches.
That would be a lot of fun.
Let's do it. Hopefully this year.
Yeah.
Brilliant. To all of FOH and to people watching this, thank you so much. But enjoy your BBFs. They're so good cigars.
And go and have a look at this, the best box of cigars that's ever been auctioned anywhere in the history of the world.
Hasta luego until next week.
Fun.
Cheers. Bye-bye.